The Set 15 public beta is dropping, and here's 5 meta tips that you need to know before you jump in. Let's dive into it. Okay, starting off with tip number 1, and this is understanding the units and the traits themselves prior to Set 15 launch. So, the best way to prepare you for the Set 15 launch on July 30th is to play the beta and fully understand the traits and the units first and foremost. You need to come away with a deeper understanding of the traits, comps, and the different flexible angles you can play when the game actually launches. So there's countless videos explaining all of Set 15, the traits, the mechanics, so I won't be going through those in specifics, but rather just the strategy of understanding them versus learning them, and how playing is essentially the biggest benefactor of that. So tip number 1 is to pick a comp every single day and play that comp, stick to it on that desired day. Force it. You'll be able to see how the comp feels when you're contested with other beta players trying that comp, when you have an open line with it. Obviously in the beta things are going to change, but by playing that comp and a different one each and every day, you familiarize yourself with in-game experience on those comps to help you essentially strive once the game actually goes live. Okay, moving on to tip number 2, practice power-ups. So if you don't already know, power-ups are Set 15's new set signature mechanic. Essentially, you get 2 power-ups per game, or power snacks, one at stage 1-3 and the other at 3-6. You can put them on a champion and choose one of 3 unique abilities to power up that champion. Now, keep in mind, champions can have upwards of 16 or so different abilities to choose from, and that goes for every single champion. Of course, there's some duplicates that kind of go over between champions. However, there are still a lot of abilities that you need to familiarize yourself with. So the whole point of this second tip is to practice the power-ups, learn what's good and what's not, and just try them out on different champions. The good news is you can change the power-ups. So you can essentially use a power limiter. Think about the removers that you get every stage, and you will get a power limiter every stage to remove the power snacks. And from there, you can move it to a different champion. You can also sell the champions to remove it and then put it on a different one. I'd recommend with this tip to use it on as many champions as possible in the beta, especially if you're selling champions every single round, using it on different champions, just to see what works best on which champion. And by doing this and using it as much as possible in the beta, it'll allow you to have that power snacks knowledge come set release on July 30th. All right, tip number 3 to approaching the Set 15 public beta is following the right people on Twitter. So there's an extremely solid or dedicated Twitter X community that posts regularly with all things TFT. It has all the TFT information you could ever ask for. They already have solid mechs, builds, interactions, and breakdowns for Set 15, and the information that they provide is invaluable. It's quick text breakdowns, so if you don't have time for YouTube videos or shorts like mine, you can still get solid rundowns from them in text formation. I've put a few names up on screen that I personally enjoy learning from and gathering information from to improve my game, and you should too. I'd recommend giving them a follow. Their information is extremely valuable and they're very consistent when they post. I've also linked their Twitters, all of their Twitters, in the description below should you want to follow them. Tip number 4 is more so for the competitive spirited among us. My goal is to provide content for both the casual and competitive viewer, but this tip right here leans more towards the competitive side. So if you're a casual viewer, you can go ahead and skip to tip number 5 if you'd like, or hang around and see if this works for you as well. Now, this tip is to play PBE in houses. Essentially, what this is allows you to play PBE games in essentially a custom lobby with people in the same Discord server. So you can join the competitive TFT Discord server and play among equal ranked opponents during the PBE. This essentially I definitely recommend, as if you want to hone your game by July 30th, it's a lot better than playing against random matchmaking in the beta where it doesn't have much ELO or MMR involved. I've linked the subreddit for the TFT competitive community below. I believe the Discord you can get access from there, so just have a look at that if this is something that interests you, and it's definitely a tip I recommend. And that brings us to our final tip of the video, tip number 5. Now, don't eat me alive for this tip, but tip 5 is to simply have a good time. The PBE is more so about learning for the devs on what's working and what's not, learning for you to hone your skills prior to the launch. It's a new set and it looks like it's an amazing set at that. So my final tip is to just enjoy it. Play different builds, synergies, power-ups that are fun to you, stuff that isn't the best on any guide sites or anything like that, but just stuff to enjoy during the beta before that competitive grind when you finally get to ranked on July 30th. Because at the end of the day, that's the goal, isn't it? Just to have fun and enjoy TFT. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed my 5 meta tips for approaching the Set 15 PBE. If you don't mind, consider subscribing. I have a lot of Set 15 content on its way, going in the entirety of the 3 months of this set, and I hope you're along for the ride with me. So enjoy the beta, and as always, good luck on the grind.